Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are looking at your January 2025 insights. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked in the description box below. Okay, let's get your cards. Spirit, we are looking at January 2025 insights. Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Okay. Pile number 1, you have Heart Home with Compassion, and you have the Goldstone Dog. Sorry, okay, there we go. You have the Goldstone Dog. Pile number 2, you have Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, and you have the Tiger's Eye Cat. Can you see it? Hold on. There we go, the Tiger's Eye Cat. Pile number 3, you have Joyful Muse with Inspiration, and you have the Onyx Bear. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Goldstone Dog, and your card is Heart, Home, and Compassion. The first thing I get from this card is that you need to have compassion with yourself. I'm getting an energy like you've gone through something very stressful or something painful, something that you might need a little bit of time to recover from. And I'm feeling like you should really do what you need to do in January of 2025. Kind of maybe taking some time to yourself, some quiet time. I just got some of you might take like a weekend to yourself somewhere. Yeah, so that's kind of the main energy that I'm getting from this. It's kind of like recuperating. Some of you may have had a stressful time during the holidays with your family, if you were with family over the holidays. Yeah, so it seems to be kind of a complex issue that you may have been going through recently. And Spirit is saying that it's time for you to rest now, take care of yourself now, and kind of regroup, heal and regroup. Okay, so let's look at your other cards. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? We're looking at January 2025 insights. Interesting. Moon memories in the past. That's what I just said. There's something that happened recently or something that happened further in the past, but it's resurfaced recently. And it's time for you to kind of take a vacation from that. Remember I said some of you might want to take a weekend away? The bottom part of this card makes me think of like the beach, taking a vacation, relaxing a little bit. Even if you don't take a vacation, relaxing a little bit. Doing something that will help you relax, whatever that is. You know, that could be literally anything. People relax different ways. Some people relax, you know, skating, walking, going to the mountains, to the ocean, going shopping, watching a movie, taking a bath, you know, whatever it is. Spirit says that you should do that. But while you're doing that, Spirit says that it's really important for you to let go of the past. But if you need to focus on the past, while you're doing this relaxing thing. Spirit says, do that in the beginning and try to let it go, and then focus solely on the relaxation part. Okay, so that's what I'm getting so far with that card. I have a feeling something else is going to come up with that card as we go along. Okay. This one's also calling me. I was only going to take 2, but I will take whatever's calling me. Okay, so we have Moonflower and Take a Risk. Now, with the road here on the bottom, I'm feeling like maybe you should be walking away from something, or you should be focusing on the future instead of the past. Okay, taking a risk by letting something go, taking a risk by starting something new, seeing new life that can be formed in your life, feeling hopeful. Again, I'm getting focusing on you. Don't focus on other people right now. Focus on you. And also, don't focus on the past. Okay, take a risk and stop focusing on the past. Okay, how about that? Maybe that's what that means. Okay, I'm curious what your other card is. Ooh, you know, like I said, I was only going to take 2 cards, but the 2 cards that I was looking at, like they were both calling me, so I chose both of them. This is why. You have protection, ring around the moon. You have at least 3 rings of protection around you. Look at that. There's 3 rings around the moon here. Your intuition is going to be guiding you away from the past and into the future. Okay. This risk that you're thinking about taking, you're protected with that. Okay. The energies are protected. The universe will help protect you as you move through what feels to me like a transition. Okay. Heart home. Where is your heart? Do you need to move back home, or do you need to find your home? You know, finding your home could mean literally finding your home as far as location, or it could be finding your home with an employer, or finding your home in like a place in the world. Maybe you want to start your own business, or maybe you're recovering from a relationship that ended. You know, whatever it is, it's kind of like I'm seeing like a break in something, which is then almost like a springboard to get you to the next part of your life. And kind of like, you know, let's say if you broke up with a romantic partner, you know how some people will start working out, or they'll change their hair, or, you know, whatever it is, kind of making some sort of radical change. I'm feeling like something like that might be going on here, but it doesn't have to be like a breakup in a romantic sense. It could be leaving a job, or, you know, it could be maybe some of you lost a parent, or, you know, a friendship ended or something like that. But it's kind of like, I'm feeling like it's getting you thinking about, how should I be spending my time? Okay. So let's see what else is going on with you. Okay, what else can you tell us? Okay, this card and this card on the bottom almost fell out of my hand, so we'll take that as well. Okay, so we have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I told you with your very first card that some of you need to take a vacation away, you know, like a weekend away. There needs to be healing. You need to get closure on something. You need to move on from something. You need to take care of yourself. Okay, you need to have compassion for yourself. Put yourself first for once. Okay. Get off the treadmill. Yeah, whatever it is, wherever you were recently, and maybe some of you are still in this situation, it doesn't seem to be working to your highest good. It could be that the situation isn't necessarily bad, but it's also not getting you anywhere. It's not taking you anywhere. You're just, it's maybe a little stagnant, just kind of like going through the motions. And, you know, Spirit is saying that There's something much better out there for you. I do get a sense of cleansing because you can see this person here is kind of in the water here. So I do get that sense of cleansing, closure, letting go, moving on from something, seeing what else is out there. Okay, the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. There's something here about you're destined for better than where you've been or what you've been dealing with, or a situation you felt like you couldn't walk away from, or you felt stuck or something like that. You've been training for this for you've been training for this for lifetimes. I'm just looking at your other cards here for a second because something's trying to come through with this. You know, I think it has something to do with your life purpose in this particular lifetime. And I feel like it's time to take a break from the norm. It's time for you. You're meant at this particular point in your life, you're meant to break away from doing things the way you've been doing them, possibly for a long time or recently. And it's just, I'm feeling like there's sludge or something and you're trying to go, and the more you try to keep going in this direction, it keeps getting harder and harder to get those wheels to turn, and kind of like this mud. Okay. So yeah, it just seems like something's no longer working for you, and maybe it never did work for you. But Spirit is saying that it's the time. Definitely it's the time now. And what I'm noticing too is this card is 27. If you add those together, you have number 9, which means that you're almost there, right? You're about to transition into a new phase of your life. And I just keep hearing it's time, it's time, it's time. So just keep that in mind. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? January 2025 insights. Okay. We have the Lover's card. Yeah, so I feel like you're destined for something better. You're destined for something that suits you more, suits your soul. What do you want? You know, what do you want to see happening in your life from this point forward? So I'm feeling like for some of you, yeah, this could be a romantic situation, but I feel for the majority of you, this is something that you need to do for yourself. The Lover's card, which doesn't always have to be about a romantic situation. It's like, where do you want to see yourself? Spirit just showed me, like, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Okay. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be around? What do you want to be doing? And I feel that, you know, with this card being right below the past card, and also with Heart Home and the Lovers, it's like, what would you love to be doing? If you could do anything, what would you do? Let's say money's no object. You do anything you want. You could spend your day how you want to spend your day. What would you be doing? Okay. And I say that with some kind of goal in mind, because, you know, sitting in bed and watching TV, yeah, that's probably fun for a day or two, you know, but like something beyond that, like where would you like to see yourself? What kind of goal would you like to have? Do you have passion for something? Is it possibly something that you wanted to do in the past, but you weren't able to do that because you were so focused on other people? Okay. Have you been sacrificing something in your life? Like, have you been sacrificing a piece of yourself because you're taking care of other people, or you're, you know, focusing on something else that's not where you're supposed to be, right? Because there's something that you're supposed to be doing, Spirit is showing me, that you're not doing right now. And so Spirit says that this would be the time for you to start focusing on that. Yeah, look, you have the 8 of Cups. This is moving away from something. This is not just taking a break from something, but moving away from something, taking a risk and moving beyond something. Now, this is something that may have worked for you at one point in time, at one point, whatever you are doing or where you are right now may have been fulfilling, but at some point it lost its luster. Remember I said I keep seeing like a wheel, almost like a carriage or something that's like stuck in like mud or something and is trying to go. And it's almost like the more you try to go forward, the more stuck you get. Okay, it's something's very muddled with the energy here. And it's time for you to stop sacrificing your heart and where you want to be and move away from that. Okay, now the Lover's card can sometimes talk about kind of like a sacrifice or giving this to get this. And I feel like that's what's happening with the Eight of Cups. In order to get to where you want to go, you need to move past something and leave that in the past, right? Leave that behind. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you need to do that in order to find more balance. And look, I don't know if I ever noticed this before. Well, hold on, let me see what this is real quick. I have my little magnifying glass. Okay, it looks like salmon. Let me set that down. It looks like salmon right here. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I ever noticed that before, which is strange because I've had these cards for a while. Okay. So anyway, some of you may be pursuing something or wanting to pursue something that may seem risky to others, but to you, it makes sense. To you, it will balance out your life. To you, it will make you feel better. It will make you feel whole. Other people may not understand that. But you know what? That's not really your problem. Your problem is fulfilling your heart and moving forward in a way that makes sense to you. Okay. But yeah, I feel like moving away from something that's not working for you, it might be a little bit difficult at first. Kind of getting used to not being in that situation anymore and finding your balance again. But you will find your balance. And not only that, but I feel like you would be awakening kind of your heart. Oh, yes. Now I'm seeing it. So this card, you've been training for this for a lifetime in the past with moon memories, okay? There's something in your heart with the heart home that needs to be reawakened. And you've been so distracted by the situation that you've been in that you haven't been able to see what it is. And so Spirit is saying that once you extract yourself from the situation that's just not working, and it probably won't ever work, once you do that, then you're going to really start to open your eyes. And some of you may already know what this is. You may already know what this calling is. Maybe you have a hobby. You really want to try to make money doing that and turn that into your career, your profession. Okay, that will come together. But you can't focus on it 100% while you're still in this energy here. Yeah, you have the Five of Swords. Spirit is saying it's time to call. It's time to call it. It's time to call a truce, call an end, call the game, whatever you want to call it. It's time to walk away from something. There comes a point, Spirit says, when you can no longer fight the battle. Okay, at some point in time, it's time to walk away. Because it's like two forces going at each other and no one's willing to budge. Okay, there's really no positive way out of this situation other than to walk away. You see the white flag here? It's kind of saying like, I give up, I'm done. You can have the swords, I'm out. Okay. We have the Two of Swords, yeah. Because this is what I just showed you, two forces going together and there's no way to win. There's no way to win. Okay, so that's part of what I'm seeing with the Two of Swords card. I'm also here seeing that this is like what's happening once you break away from that situation, once you take a risk and walk away. There is, and I mentioned this earlier, there is a period of what's that word when things fall apart? Kind of like disintegration and then reformation is what I'm seeing. So there is going to be a time after this of kind of refiguring your life, so to speak. You're okay, I left the situation, now what? Or I left the situation, now let me pursue what I've been wanting to pursue for a long time. This is also kind of like sitting in silence, meditating, listening to your intuition. Your intuition is definitely going to help guide you through this. And look at all the moons. You have 2 here, you have a moon here. I mean, these are moon cards, of course, but I mean, aside from like the big moons. Okay, so you have the 2 here, you have 1 here, you have 1 here, so you have the 2 here. So definitely your intuition is going to play a part in this. And I feel like your intuition has been telling you that it's time to move on from this situation for quite some time. But, you know, I know how it is when you're trying to leave a situation, and it can be difficult to take those first few steps. That's why Spirit says take a risk. It's going to make sense. It's all going to come to you. Just be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Okay. Oh, look at this card. Okay, so you have the Sun card. So this is one of the most positive cards on the deck. Look at the sunflowers. The cat is enjoying being in the sun here, relaxing, right? So part of the meaning of this card in your particular reading is, remember I said some of you need to take a vacation, you know, like a weekend away, or do something fun, something that you consider fun and relaxing. You know, if just laying out in the sun, being outdoors, if that's what you need to do, then do that, whatever it is. The other side of this card, what I'm seeing here is that breaking away from this particular situation and moving forward and focusing on you, okay, focusing on your heart, what you need, what you want at this particular time in your life is going to create so much growth for you. So much growth. There's so much protection here. Spirit wants to see you thrive, and Spirit is saying that you're not thriving where you are right now or where you have been. Okay, so if you do want to thrive, then Spirit says it's best to extract yourself from this, and you will be protected in doing that. Take a break. Take a break from what's not working. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. So it's what I'm seeing here is kind of like, remember I said I see like a tire, like an old-fashioned vehicle being stuck in the mud and trying to move forward, but the harder you push, the more stuck you become. And once you get yourself out of that situation and kind of clear that energy and start to move forward and beyond that situation, that energy, that's when I see you getting a lot of ideas. You're very, very inspired. And it's like you're going to know intuitively where you need to go to find nourishment, where you need to go on this new path that I see you are going to be taking. And like I said, with the Two of Swords, yeah, there might be a restructuring period. There might be a brief time where you're feeling kind of adrift and not sure what your next move is or how you're going to get there. But the hummingbird always knows where to go. They instinctively know where to go and how they're going to get there. So that's very interesting. It's like you're following, or you will be, if you're not now, following your heart, following your inner guidance, following your intuition, going toward this, you know, where your heart is, where your heart lies, where you will feed your heart and your soul. The King of Swords, yeah, okay, so it's really important that you know that things are going to balance out for you. There's going to be a huge transformation. And look at, here you have, can you see that? You have the 2 moons, which are protecting the butterfly. Okay, kind of like the 2 moons here. And then the hummingbird is right in between those. So very interesting. So you have a lot of protection. You will get to where you want to go. Everything will make sense. You will get all the details. The details will be figured out. You will land in a safe spot. You will, not just that, but you will land on top. You will Clear the confusion. Everything that you went through, anything that doesn't make sense right now will make sense. It will all come together. And I really feel that you will also be cutting out things in your life, not only that weren't working, but any other little phrase, you know, like little, because what I'm seeing is like a thread that's kind of frayed at the end, and kind of cutting those off so that you have a nice smooth end. And that's what I'm seeing. It's almost like a clean break from something that wasn't working. Some of you may be literally moving somewhere, kind of getting away from everything, starting over, which could also be, you know, starting a new job, a new career, breaking away from a relationship that wasn't working out. You know, whatever it is, I see you landing on top. I see everything making sense. When you look back, everything's going to make sense. It's almost like you had to go through this and you had to be kind of stuck for a little while for divine timing to come in. And then you moved forward at the perfect time. So that's what I'm seeing there. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Look how cute that is. With the Queen of Pentacles in this particular deck, in your particular reading, I feel like you're going to, metaphorically speaking, be giving birth to a new life for yourself, okay? Whatever that means. So yes, this could be a move. This could be starting a new job, a new business. This could be finding yourself, working on yourself. Whatever it is, there's a lot of, I'm seeing like a lot of work being done, like on yourself, for yourself, accomplishing goals, feeling so much stronger, feeling so proud and so glad that you took that risk. Okay, so there's a lot of productivity here. There is kind of this shift that I'm seeing in your life is something that's going to benefit you for the rest of your life. Okay, it's almost like it's going to play a role in your life from this point moving forward. We have the Empress card. Yeah, and so the Empress can also talk about like giving life to something, giving birth to something. I feel like this is going to be a process. This could be something that you're kind of working on throughout most of 2025, but in January, you're kind of getting this process going. And I say that because, you know, the Empress and this particular Queen of Pentacles can, you know, like giving birth to something. So what leads up to that, right? So if a human's pregnant, you know, it's typically 9 months, right? So it could be something that you will see manifesting in your life through like September, or it could be even before that. But I feel like this is like kind of because it is going to be a life altering process. I feel like it's something that could take a little bit of time, but I feel like getting started in January. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is basically what I was just saying, is that I feel that you will be creating a sturdier structure for yourself, something that's more beneficial for you long term, something that you will feel more comfortable with. Again, I feel like you might take a couple steps and then pause and evaluate things and figure out, okay, is everything moving along at the right pace? Do I need to change anything? But you're going to be feeling very, very secure and very grounded, much more grounded than you were before in that prior situation. Look at your last card. So you have the Ten of Cups. This is one of the best cards in the deck to me anyway. This is, you know, feeling so happy. You know, look at the whale jumping out of the water, feeling so happy. And again, this is something that's going to last for a long time. This is happiness. This is feeling fulfilled. This is, you know why? Because you listened to your heart. You pursued a passion. You pursued a purpose. Or you just extracted yourself from the situation that wasn't taking you anywhere. It was keeping you kind of stuck. And now you're free to do whatever it is that you want to do. You're free to pursue, you know, a passion of yours, or, you know, move somewhere, start things over, whatever it is. So you know, that's what I see happening in January, kind of really getting started on this process and starting to think about where you want to go, what you want to see, what you want to do. Okay. And it's all about following your heart, listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, and really doing or starting to do something or starting to think about something that will really, truly fulfill your heart. Okay, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Tiger's Eye Cat, and your card is Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. So what I feel with this card is that you are wanting to do something different. And it's interesting that that this is coming up with your January 2025 insights, because what I'm really getting with this card is kind of like new year, new start. Kind of like, oh, this is a great time to kickstart my new idea, or to start this new plan, this new idea, this new program, whatever it is. So, Spirit is saying that yes, you are correct. This is a great time to get started on this. And I'm seeing great success happening from this idea, just getting started with it. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what your cards have to say and what you might be doing. Oh, I'm also getting like you wanting to do something more meaningful, something that has more meaning to you. Okay. Okay, what else do you want to say to pile number 2, please? January 2025 insights. Is that just one? Okay. Avoid drama. Moon madness and avoid drama. Interesting. Are you walking away from something? Because I'm feeling like you're wanting to go, like to elevate yourself. You're wanting to lift yourself out of some kind of situation that's not meant for you anymore. A situation that could have been causing some sort of drama for you or between other people, something like that. Feeling like there might have been a disagreement between you and another person, and you're really wanting to kind of take the high road and figure out something better for your life. I got for some of you that's family, some of you that's a relationship, some of you that's work related. Maybe even you want to change your career. Maybe some of you want to, maybe something about your career or your job is very stressful, and you want to, you know, figure out a way to do something else. So that's also possible. But yeah, avoid drama. I feel like something about the situation that you've been in was creating drama or causing drama somehow. So yeah, it seems like that will be changing, or you'll be thinking about how to change that. Ooh, the falling moon release blocks. Interesting. Because I saw you walking away from something in this card, avoid drama, and now releasing blocks. Yeah. It's time for you to walk away from something. It's time for you to find more purpose, or find something that's not as difficult. Because this, something about the situation that you've been in is, it's almost like fighting a losing battle. It's like trying to talk to a wall or something like that. Like nothing's happening, nothing's changing, nothing's getting done. You know, maybe things have become stagnant, whatever it is. It's time for you to move on. If you've been feeling like, you know, I might want to make a change in 2025, but I'm not sure. Let me think about it a little bit more. If you've been feeling like that, this is your spirit guides telling you, yeah, you're right. Let's go ahead and make that change. Okay, well, this card wants to come out. What else? Okay. Ooh, interesting. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? So we have a card here talking about being triggered and avoiding drama. So interesting. If you don't know what's triggering you, if you don't know what is causing you to feel uncomfortable, what is causing you anxiety, what's making you angry, if you don't know what that is, Spirit says to, sit, clear your mind, try to figure that out. Because you figure that out, what's triggering you, you figure that out, then you can avoid that drama by releasing it. There's something here that's preventing movement forward. And maybe some of you aren't aware of what it is. Maybe some of you want to make changes in 2025, but you're not sure how. Maybe you try to move forward and then you get sucked back into the drama or something like that. So Spirit says to kind of sit with yourself, sit in silence, meditate or something like that. Really try to figure out what it is that's causing the problem so that you can release it. Because I feel like once you get past these roadblocks, it's going to be smooth sailing, or it's going to go faster or something like that. It's shifting, which is going to allow you to move forward quicker. Okay, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. This is what I was just saying. Your cards are just so lining up. Okay, so do something to change your energy. What is triggering you? When you can identify what's triggering you, then you can avoid it, you can release it, and then you can dance, you can have fun, you can, move toward this thing that you want to create in your life. You can move toward more balance. Balance in all areas of your life. I'm feeling like flow will come into your life in all different areas once you get past this and release this. And I'm getting something about finances too, like financial flow will come through much, much easier when you release this. And this doesn't necessarily have to be relating to work. This can be releasing something from your life that's preventing you from pursuing a side hustle or something like that could bring in more money. Okay. So really interesting. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? We're looking at January of 2025. Yeah. The Hangman. Remember when I was talking about with the mirror card kind of sitting silently, meditating? If you don't know what's triggering you, if you don't know what's causing the drama, sitting and figuring it out. That's what we have here with the Hangman, or the Hanged Woman in this deck. So figuring it out, seeing where would you like to see yourself? What is calling you? At the cosmic womb, it seems like there's something that wants to come to life, some kind of, you want new life for yourself, or you want better for yourself. You just need to figure out some details. And the thing that's interesting about the Hanged Woman or the Hangman is, right after this card in the tarot deck, you have the Death card, which means you're starting something over. You're avoiding drama, releasing blocks, and you're moving on to a better situation. So very interesting first tarot card that you have there. Yeah, look, now you have the Ace of Wands. So this is a great idea. This is finding your passion for something. This is moving on from a stagnant situation. This is being divinely inspired, wanting to pursue something new. I'm feeling like I can breathe again with this card, because there's something going on here that's almost kind of suffocating. It's like suffocating the creativity out of your life, or it's not allowing you to move forward in any direction, in any way, in anything. It's like this drama, this stress, whatever it is, it's like almost like, putting a wall up and you can't get through it is like how I'm feeling the energy. So yeah, releasing that, taking some time to figure things out. And I'm seeing like a very positive new beginning happening here for you. Two of Wands, yeah. So you don't have to move quickly. You can take your time to assess how you're feeling, to assess what is the next step. Okay. Because I feel like if you take the time to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to be around, you know, whatever it is in your case, once you figure that out, I feel like things get moving fairly quickly. So maybe what's happening, you know, obviously we're going to look at the rest of your cards, but maybe what's happening in at least the first part of January is that you're kind of getting the ball rolling with thinking about what needs to change. And then thinking about, once I make those changes, where do I go from here? What would be my best option? Where will I find life? Where will I feel like I can breathe again? We have the Sun card. Look at this card. I love this card for you. Okay, do you see how this is the opposite of the Release Blocks card? The Release Blocks is dark, it's nighttime, it's hard to see. And then you have the Sun card. Look at all the growth here. Look at the sun, so happy, the rays coming down on you. You're gonna feel alive again. You're going to feel inspired by something or someone. And I'm feeling like whatever these blocks were, I'm getting a sense of like depression. Okay, it might not be like clinical depression, but it's like depression. It's feeling stagnant. It's feeling hopeless. It's feeling helpless. Feeling like you just want to give up, feeling like nothing's going to change, nothing's going to move, but it will. Spirit says it definitely will. The Lovers card, yeah, so you're going to find, some of you will find a new relationship. Some of you will find the perfect match with a new job. Some of you will find the perfect place to live. I'm getting a great sense of comfort. Whether or not this involves another person, there's compatibility, comfort, a sense of feeling home, okay? Feeling like I'm very comfortable where I am now. I feel appreciated. I feel wanted. This could be a relationship. This could be, you know, a new place of employment. This could be you starting your own business and finding the perfect employees to help you run that business. Okay. But the way you get here is by releasing these blocks. Like you can't quite get here until you release those blocks and until you also realize what is the drama, what's causing the drama, so that you can avoid that, so that you can move forward with this new idea in peace, right? But yeah, this Lovers card is connected to the Ace of Wands. You're going to be really, really inspired by something. Like I said, something or someone is really going to inspire you. We have the Nine of Wands. So I feel like some of you are feeling like, oh, this sounds great, but this sounds great, but I'm always running into drama. This sounds great, but I'm tired. This sounds great, but I have no motivation at this point. And what Spirit is saying is that, yeah, this might be a difficult process. But, you know, a lot of times change isn't necessarily the easiest thing. But remember when I said, well, I don't know exactly what order it was in, but there was something about releasing the blocks and then things kind of moving quicker. Things definitely moving easier for you because you're releasing this drama, whatever this is here. And then you're getting a different perspective. You're getting a clearer, more like your third eye is opening once you release these blocks. So you can see things clearer. You have a clearer idea of your options too, you know, with the Two of Wands here. So the Nine of Wands, Spirit is saying, don't give up. You take this last step, take, you know, one of the two last steps, and you're going to see the path much clearer, and it's going to become much easier. It's not going to be as difficult as you think, kind of getting to the other side of this. Does that make sense? It's kind of like once you kind of cut that cord with whatever this is. Remember I told you I can breathe easier? Like I felt like I was, like something was sitting on my chest earlier. Like I couldn't quite breathe as freely as I should be. And then all of a sudden we get down here and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I can breathe again. I feel lighter. That's what I mean. Like you're not going to be carrying that heavy burden. And so it's going to be a lot easier to move forward. Yeah, look. Okay, I'm telling you. You have the Fool card. So this is moving forward. This is, okay, so the Fool is someone who is happy. They are inspired. They're walking toward their cosmic womb in the sense of they're walking toward a goal. They're walking toward something. They feel refreshed. They feel light. They feel happy. They have a spring in their step, right? And also look at the sun. Can you see those rays of sun? I don't know if you can see them, but there's like rays of sun shining down, just like we have on the sun card here. So this is what I'm talking about. I think the hardest part might be breaking away from the drama and the blocks that you have here. Breaking that cycle. Some of you might be in a cycle. Very, very hard to break that. But you can definitely do it. I mean, I see it happening here. And this is what I'm saying. So here it's very difficult. You feel like you want to give up. You feel like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But your very next card is the Fool card, which is starting a new journey, feeling lighter, feeling inspired, feeling happy. Okay? So it's definitely possible. And I see it happening for you if you want it to happen, right? This is so cool. I love this. So you have the Page of Wands, which is right below the Ace of Wands, which is right next to the Fool. So this is you pursuing something. This is you maybe trying out a few different things to see what works best. This is you working on setting a solid foundation for something that you can pursue, you know, now and into the future. What's interesting about this particular Page of Wands and why I feel like you might be trying out different things, different recipes, and by recipes I mean trying out different things, figuring out what works best for you in whatever it is that you want to pursue. Now in the background you have Four Wands, which makes me think of the Four of Wands, which is a card of success, celebration, things working out in your favor, setting a solid foundation for something in the future. Okay, so that's what I see here. I see that as the Fool, you might be a little bit of a free spirit. You might try to figure out what exactly it is that you want to be doing from this point forward, or maybe you're just going to take some time to be a free spirit and just not really settle on one option or the other right now, okay? Because you have the Two of Wands here, and that's, you haven't made a decision yet. You're contemplating what you want to do. And what the Page of Wands is someone who's, you know, very curious, very passionate about things, and maybe you want to try a couple different things out before you make a decision as to what you want to do, you know, long term. But all this exploring that I see you might be doing with the Fool and the Page of Wands, it will eventually get you to where you want to be, okay? So you can't really get there unless you explore in your particular situation, unless you sit and figure out, well, maybe I could do that. Let me explore that for a few days. Let me see if I like this, you know, kind of trying things on, like trying on an outfit before committing to it is kind of what I'm feeling here. Okay. Interesting. So we have the Two of Coins. There's something about you doing things this new way. It's kind of like a new way of doing things for you. It's going to balance things out for you. You're going to feel like, well, you know what it is? It's that you don't have this drama and these blocks up here anymore. So you feel much freer. You feel like your schedule is lighter. Like you can actually handle more now easier than you were here. Here, it's almost like you had less here, but it was more stressful. And here you have more, but for some reason it doesn't feel like you have more. It just feels like things are flowing. And you're starting to get an idea of those future steps you want to take, creating more of a solid foundation, kind of figuring out like everything that you've tested out here with the Fool and the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, figuring out, okay, you know what, I tried these couple things over here, but I like this thing best. So that's what I'm seeing. The Page of Swords, yeah. Okay, there's definitely something going on with you where you're brainstorming, you're gathering information. Kind of like, let's just say if you're like, well, you know, I would like to start my own business and I have a couple different interests. Like I'm really interested in animals. Maybe I could be a dog walker. Maybe I could start a business doing that. And then there's another side of you where you're like, you know what? I also really like cutting hair. Okay. So maybe you're thinking you want to pursue that as a career. And so it's of course, these are just examples, right? Just things that popped up in my mind. But it's kind of like exploring those different options that you have, not really committing to one thing right now. Maybe if this does have something to do with like work or career, maybe you are going to try a couple different things out before you decide where you want to put your energy. And, you know, Spirit says that's perfectly fine. In your case, that's actually a good thing. It's, you know, or kind of committing to something, but knowing that you might want to pursue something else in the future, right? Because I'm really feeling like once you get past this here, the blocks and the drama, you're going to be flooded with ideas of things, of like potential ideas on what you can do moving forward. And so Spirit says definitely look into those things, research those things, gather as much information as you can so that you will have a better idea of where you want to go for, you know, where you want to move forward more long term. Okay. So we have the Knight of Coins. Yes, this makes a lot of sense. This is exactly what I was just saying about you researching things, dipping your toe in different things, figuring out what will work best for you before you make a decision. Because what I feel with the Knight of Coins, that once you make a decision, you're going to know that's the right decision and you're going to pursue that with 2000% energy. You're going to pursue that with dedication, hard work. You're going to do everything that you have to do, everything that you can to make something work. And this is going to be like your calling to whatever the situation is. So let's say that you wanted to work on yourself for a little while before you get into another relationship. Well, I see you doing that, and then I see you, you know, possibly finding somebody that you're really interested in, somebody that really matches where you are in your life and what you want to see moving forward. And then I see you really dedicated to that relationship. If this is figuring out what you want to do for a career or a job or starting a business or whatever it is, I see you kind of dabbling in a few different things, figuring out what is the best fit for you, and then moving forward with that. Okay. And also that explains why we have the Four of Wands here, because all this kind of research and dabbling in things will lead you to that solid foundation that we're seeing with the Knight of Coins. Because then you'll know, well, you know, this doesn't work, but this did. And then we have the 7 of Coins. Yeah, I love this card for you. So this is you evaluating things as you go. This is you checking in, making sure you're on the right path, figuring out what you need to make this new idea work, focusing on one thing, but focusing on all the details of that thing and pursuing that and moving forward with that. And feeling like all throughout this, I'm getting a sense of patience with your own process, an understanding of learning what didn't work here, figuring out how not to fall back into this pattern that you had here, and really, really changing your energy and figuring out what works for you and then pursuing that path. Okay, so that is what I see for you in January of 2025. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Onyx Bear, and you also have Joyful Muse and Inspiration. So I get a couple things from this card. I feel like some of you need to take a lighter approach in January of 2025. I feel like some of you may have been taking things too seriously, or you've had some kind of serious things going on, and it's time to look at the lighter side of life. Others of you may be artists and you're looking for inspiration, and I feel like you will be getting that inspiration in January. And also, if you are looking for inspiration on any level or in any level of your life, I feel like taking a time out and then coming back to the table will help to clear your mind and will bring a fresh perspective, new inspiration, new creativity. Also, if you're like have a problem that you're trying to figure out, something you're trying to work on, I feel that's kind of the same thing. Taking a break, doing something fun, possibly listening to music, or doing something kind of creative, or watching something creative. I feel like that will clear your mind, and then when you come back, you'll have a different perspective on things. Okay, what else can we find for you? What else do you have for pile number 3 for January of 2025? Whoops. Talk to the moon and communicate. Yeah, because I feel like there's something missing or something that needs to be added. Okay, so what is that? Are you missing something? Are you not seeing something? What is it that you need to do to fill that missing space? Like, what's missing? What do you need to do to move forward, to get a different perspective? Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3? Do nothing. This is basically what I said in the beginning, to take a step away from the situation so that when you come back, you'll have a clearer perspective. Do you need to meditate? Do you need to clear your mind? What do you need to do? And this particular card is in the desert, okay, where there aren't that many things in the desert, right? Because a lot of things can't grow in the desert. A lot of things can't survive in the desert. So going to a place or a point of kind of like a blank slate, so that when you come back, you'll have a different perspective on things. And I feel that it will also open up your intuition. With communicate, remember I said some of you are trying to figure something out. Some of you are trying to be inspired to figure out any situation in your life, any problem in your life. And how will you communicate that? Do you need to communicate that to the universe? Do you need to sit and do nothing and maybe just meditate and really communicate with your spirit guides, with your higher self, with the universe? Okay, so let's see what else we have. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Okay, all your cards are really pointing to what I said in the very beginning of taking a break from things, not taking things too seriously, stepping away from something, doing something fun. Remember I said doing something like listening to music or something like that, going outside, having a good night out, doing something like that. And don't be so serious, because which is funny because this is not a serious card, your first card, right? But don't be so serious. Okay, you have two cards here saying don't be so serious. This is a very playful card, and this is literally, this card is play. So you need to get outside of focusing on something. It's kind of like you're looking at something for too long and you can't see what's really going on there because you've been focused on it for so long. It's now out of focus. Okay, so I feel that the way to refocus is to step away for a minute. Curious what your other cards are going to say and what's going on here. The ever unfolding rose cracked open, it's happening for you and not to you. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because this is happening after you step away. Something seems to be like you need to change something in your life. You need more color in your life. You need to figure something out. Like there's something that's missing or something that needs to be added, like I said earlier. And I feel like there's multiple layers to this situation, but you can't see any of the layers where you are right now because you've been way too hyper focused on it. It's almost like you want an answer or you want to figure things out as quickly as possible, but it's almost like it's just not going to happen the way you've been sitting, the way you've been looking at things. So definitely getting a different perspective. So we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Yeah, because wherever you are, it's not inspiring. I feel like you're looking for a change or wanting to do things differently, but you don't know what or how. Which could also explain the do nothing. It's like Spirit is saying, don't make a move yet until you have that inspiration, until you feel inspired, until you're ready to make that move. Because I'm feeling like when you know it, you'll see it. When you know it, you'll feel it. And so don't really do anything until you're at that point is what I'm feeling here. But the good thing is what I just got from Spirit is that really focusing on this throughout January will help you move forward, will help you figure it out. So I'm curious to see what your tarot cards say about this situation. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? We're looking at January 2025, please. The Two of Swords, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. This is what I was just saying. You're trying to figure something out, and Spirit says, don't make a move until you figure it out. Although it seems like some of you feel like your time is running out. I'm feeling like this delay won't extend into a critical period of time. I'm feeling like what is critical is for you to take your time in making a decision as far as what you want to do next, how you're going to become inspired, where you go from here. And again, what I'm feeling is that the most important thing to do is to step away from the problem, step away from the issue. Even let's say that you are an artist and you have some sort of creative block. Well, it probably won't do you any good to keep staring at the canvas or to keep staring at the computer. It would probably do you a lot of good to step away, clear your mind, go out, do something fun, maybe meditate a little bit, get some of that in there, communicate with, your higher self, what you want to see happening, and then come back, right? Because have you ever done that before? It's like if you're trying to solve a problem or you're trying to figure something out and you get that fatigue, so you need to step away for a minute and then you come back and you're like, oh, okay, I'm refreshed. And then you can see what you were missing before. It's kind of like, well, how didn't I see that before? Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah. Did I say something like this? I don't think I did. But what I'm seeing with the Knight of Wands, maybe I did, I don't know. What I'm seeing with the Knight of Wands is that, well, actually, that kind of makes sense with what I just said, what I'm about to say, is that, taking this time, slowing down to figure out what your next move is, slowing down to figure out what is the best idea, what is the best way forward. That will then, once you figure that out, things are going to click right into place, and then you're going to have the answers. Whatever you've been trying to figure out, you're going to have those answers. And I feel like you're going to be inspired. I feel like your eyes are going to be open and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I figured it out. And then you're going to be moving forward. There's forward movement, especially with the horse here. There's movement forward. There's excitement again, knowing that you're on the right path, knowing that things are going to be working in your favor. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. So what Spirit is saying with the Five of Swords is that it would be good to really kind of communicate with yourself, possibly communicate with other people, figuring out if you can move forward with these particular people or this particular situation, because it seems as though there's something that's not benefiting you, something that's not working in your favor, something that you may need to look at again, something you may need to reevaluate. So maybe part of the thought process here with the Two of Swords is trying to figure out if you need to walk away from something, if you need to cut something out of your life. Is there something that's keeping you from being inspired? Is there something that's preventing you from being your best self? Is there something that's preventing you from having fun? Okay, remember this cracked open? It's kind of like cracking the code and then being able to move forward. You have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, and that's where you find your inspiration. And I think it's a big inspiration. I don't think this is something little. I think you're greatly inspired. Okay, first of all, you need to figure out what's blocking you. Why is your third eye blocked? Why are your chakras off? What is it? What's causing this? Because when I look at your energy, once you clear this from yourself, I don't see why you have this block, in the sense of it doesn't belong there. Okay, this block does not belong in your life. Maybe for some of you it was there temporarily to kind of be a placeholder for something, but it doesn't need to be there anymore. It's time to move on from it. And so I'm really feeling like once you walk away from whatever this is that's blocking you, if you can figure it out, what is that stressor, what's causing you that stagnancy in your life, once you move away from that, I see huge inspiration happening, huge ideas, big movement forward. So we have the Seven of Cups. Very interesting. What I get with the Seven of Cups is that not everything is meant to stay in your life forever. Some things change, some things transform. And sometimes when that happens, you don't transform with it, or you transform and these things don't, and they stay the same and you kind of grow out of them. So kind of taking the time to do nothing, to evaluate, like we see with the Two of Swords, what doesn't fit in your life anymore, what you need to move on from. Also, as you move forward, being inspired and getting ready to do something, like quite literally do something, put something into action. Once you get to that point, I feel like not everything is going to be the best choice in moving forward. And so at that point, it would be good for you to make sure you evaluate everything and make sure that you only take with you what will benefit you moving forward, or as you're moving forward, you only pick up things that will benefit you and leave the other things behind. So definitely taking a moment to inspect things before you pick them up and bring them into your life. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. This is a card of do nothing, like we saw with your Oracle card up there. Taking a retreat. Also, you know what I feel here? I feel it's connected with the Five of Swords. Kind of calling it a day with something, ending a chapter, ending something with some connection you have to a person, a place, or a thing here, deciding that this is no longer working for me, I'm going to walk away from it. And then not necessarily jumping into anything too quickly. Okay, and even when you start moving forward, when you have the Knight of Wands here, it's like you're moving forward, you're moving quickly, but I get like there's a sense of caution that I see, which is interesting because you might not see that with the Knight of Wands, but I'm getting a sense of caution, a sense of slowing down when you move forward. And so, yeah, before you make a move, definitely it would be beneficial to examine things, to think about things, to evaluate things before moving forward. You don't have to figure everything out overnight. You don't have to have all of the answers all at once. So, how do things make you feel? I'm definitely getting a sense of how things make you feel before you move forward with them, because you have a lot of water here. Okay, you have water here, you have water here, you have water with the Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So checking in with how things make you feel in your body and also intuitively before moving forward with them would be incredibly beneficial. Okay, and now you have the Knight of Cups. See, this is what I was saying. So the Knight of Wands that you have here is a card that can move quicker, and there is movement here. But I think the thing with the Knight of Wands that I'm getting is caution in moving forward, because you're going to be greatly inspired with something, but not every aspect of that inspiration will be worth pursuing. So that's why you want to, reel it in a little bit, move a little bit slower, but still move toward your inspiration, because I feel great, huge inspiration here. I feel like things are coming together. And I feel like the reason why you want to go a little bit slower and explore things before making like concrete decisions about things is because you want to make sure that you're putting your energy into the correct things. You don't want to waste time. You want to move forward. You want to keep going on this inspiration, this creative momentum that you're going to be getting. And so focusing your energy, focusing your time on the right things will get you there faster. And that's been a theme in a couple of the readings that I've done recently, where slowing down will actually get you faster than if you just plow through everything and try to get there like now, right? So slowing down actually speeds things up. I know I said that. I don't remember what reading that was in, but I know it's kind of that same kind of theme has come up a couple different times in the last few weeks. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, the Queen of Pentacles is like getting what you want. This is accomplishing your goals, reaching your dreams. This is success. This is you figuring things out. With the Queen of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you're slowly getting to where you want to be. All this communication that you did with the universe, communicating with yourself, figuring out, what is the problem? How do I move forward? How do I have more fun? Opening up your creativity and your inspiration. I feel like all of that is paying off here. And you're finding success. You're finding ways to move forward toward that success, okay? You might not have this level of success and go through this whole entire process in the month of January, but you're getting there. It's like you're setting the foundation in January to get to this point. And some of you may do all of this in the month of January. But it's like something, it's almost like molding this creative process. Like I almost see this, like, I don't know, is that like an apple? I see it like going down a hill and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you move forward slowly with this inspiration, I see these ideas blossoming. Oh yeah, kind of like the unfolding rose here. It's just kind of blossoming and blossoming, and you're getting all these different layers. And it just really kind of turns into something really like much bigger than you could see in the beginning, which is a good thing. We have the Two of Wands. Interesting. The Two of Wands is right below the Five of Swords. So what I see here is basically connected to the Two of Swords. So you're going to have all this inspiration. I feel like you're going to get to a certain level of where you have a plan, you laid out that plan, you got a certain degree of success with that plan, and then you're going to kind of be at a crossroads, like, okay, well, do I go this way or do I go this way? And I feel like, again, you're going to want to take your time to evaluate what would be the best path for you. Where will you find the next level of inspiration from this point forward? Where does your success lie from here? Who goes with you on this path? Who stays behind? In relationships, in friendships, in jobs, in people who are around you, because it's important that you stay inspired and you don't want anything to bring you down, right? So it's going to be really important for you to evaluate. Let's say you're looking for a promotion or looking for a new job or something at this point. You want to evaluate all the aspects of that, like we had with the Seven of Cups here, to make sure that there aren't any misleading or any kind of false positives on this path forward. Does that make sense? So just make sure that you know everything that you're going to get into before actually getting into it. Again, how does it make you feel? How does it resonate with you on like a soul level? And this is interesting. You have the Hermit card here because this is basically what I was just saying. Sitting with yourself, figuring out how do things feel, gathering all the information, making sure you have as much information as possible before making a decision. And for some of you, this might be going back in kind of within yourself a little bit, doing nothing for a period of time, stepping away from the situation again. Maybe this is a cycle for you you're divinely inspired and you put out all this work or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you come to kind of a stopping point again. So maybe this is a cycle you need to repeat. Maybe you need to stop and do nothing for a minute. You need to go out, have fun, get away from the situation, come back with a fresh perspective so that you can see all of the details and you can analyze all of the details before moving forward. That's what I'm seeing with the Hermit card. So I am kind of seeing this cycle kind of repeating itself, which for you is a good thing, because you get a certain amount done and then you kind of stop and evaluate things. And then you're divinely inspired and you get a certain amount done and then you stop. And then you kind of do it over and over again. So I'm not sure exactly what it is you're doing, but I hope I'm explaining it okay so that it makes sense for you. Okay, so we have the Judgment card. Yeah, this is what I've been saying. So you take a step away and then you come back and you see things with a new perspective. And then you know how to move forward. You know what you need to do next. You know what the steps are to go forward, to continue on this transformation, the cycle that you're on. It's really cool. I wish I could like show you a picture of what I'm seeing in my mind. But ultimately what I'm seeing is a lot of progress, a lot of ideas forming, kind of like ideas forming, writing them down, and then that leads you to the next idea. So maybe what you're doing in January is kind of forming a plan to move forward, a plan of action. So maybe it's more of a planning phase in January. Some of you are probably going to be taking steps moving forward and actually doing things. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing, trying to, apply it to, the various situations for different people who could be watching this. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups for your last card, which is a really good card because, especially in your reading, because the Queen of Cups evaluates things. She looks at her cup and she evaluates it and really gets to the heart of the situation, right? She can see what's there. She can see what's missing. And from there, she can contemplate, okay, well, I need this and this, but I already have this and this. So what do I need to do next? What are my next steps? The Queen of Cups is somebody who has a great ability to clear their mind and can look at a situation, feel the energy of the situation, and figure out how to move forward. This is someone who's very emotionally balanced, someone who's comfortable taking a pause, evaluating things, being divinely inspired, feeling creative, and then moving forward, and then taking a pause and repeating that cycle. So definitely getting in touch with inspiration, the third eye chakra, creativity, intuition, all of these things. And again, I'm just seeing some of you writing like a plan forward. Like, oh, did I say this in the beginning? I don't know if I did, but I'm feeling it. Like starting something new with the new year. Maybe some of you have like an idea like, you know what, it's 2025. I want to make some changes in my life. And so it could be January when because I just see someone thinking and writing or typing on the computer, looking at like a list or a plan or something like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much.